Our ride through Nepal started off in Kathmandu, and as you can see, it was just a harrowing experience to start with, honestly. Being on these new bikes to us, anyway, these Royal Enfields, and dealing with this traffic, people coming at you from left, right, and centre. But somehow we managed through our first day of getting through Kathmandu, and then we're able to break free um, more towards Pokhara. Oh dear, there was nothing worse than having your bike stall at a major intersection in Kathmandu, and unfortunately, it happened all too frequently. But fortunately, our trusty mechanic was always prepared to jump out of the van and get our bikes started for us. It was quite embarrassing. People often comment about the luminous jackets that we're wearing, and initially we weren't very happy about wearing them either, but once you're on the road, you quickly realize that they're essential. Just with so many other bikers on the road, it's just impossible to see one another. This is actually a lovely ride we did up to the little village of Bandipur. It's actually a village that has been restored to Nawari style, which is an authentic Nepali style of village, and it's just incredible. It's up here on this relatively remote mountaintop and has spectacular views of the Annapurna range from the top. As you can tell, you have to be a little bit careful with these roads. You never know what's coming around the corner at you. Apart from how beautiful Bandipur is, one of the things we really appreciated about the town is that no motorized vehicles are allowed in its streets. So it's incredibly peaceful, which just makes for such an idyllic setting. Back on the road again, well, trying to get on the road, there's always obstacles, be it cows, goats, tunka buses. You've got to have your wits about you when you're riding, that's for sure. We took some time away from our bikes to go and visit Chitwan National Park, where we got to experience riding elephants and see the very rare one-horned rhinoceros. It was really a great diversion from riding. This was definitely a rider's afternoon. We spent all afternoon riding switchback after switchback. There was literally over 100, and it took us away from the hot plains back up into the mountains to a place called Daman, where by afternoon we were just so fortunate to reach there at sunset and were treated to the most phenomenal view of the Himalaya, and in particular the Annapurna range. Yes, this really is the major highway between Nepal and Tibet. Unfortunately, Nepal is a third world country and does suffer from limited infrastructure. And although there are periods of time where this road does have black top, it just doesn't happen often enough, and the road frequently gets taken out by landslides during the monsoon season. So between the dirt roads, monsoon, and trucks, it definitely is a treacherous road. Well, that brings us to the end of our incredible tour of Nepal, from Kathmandu to Pokhara, Tansen, Lumbimi, Chitwan National Park, Daman, Dhulikhel, up to the last resort and back to Kathmandu. I'm certainly glad that I had Buddha's eyes in the back of my helmet. I needed him on many occasions, but it was incredible riding, very unique experience being on Royal Enfields, but ultimately a really wonderful journey.